Well, campus politics, institutional politics keeps taking a different direction, with universities or institutions having elections in the second semester of every academic year. We've had a number of elections in this semester, and from different universities, and today we want to drive our concentration onto Uganda Institute of Information, Communication and Technology, UICT. Well, today I have a very handsome guest who is ready to introduce himself to us and as well tell us his agenda that he stands on. Yes, Mr. President.
Thank you so much, our dear viewers and our listeners. A very good evening to you all. My name is Tendo Henry Martin, a student at the Uganda Institute of Information and Communications Technology, the leading ICT center and the home of the National Innovation Hub. I am so much honored to have you invite me here today. Thank you so much.
We've seen you on several occasions at UICT.
Yes.
As one of the leading contenders in this race. What is that agenda that you stand on? An agenda that is pro-students.
Thank you so much for that particular question. I am going to reintroduce myself one more time. My name is Tendo Henry Martin, the 16th Guild Presidential Aspirant in the UICT Guild race. My agenda for the students comes with a deep understanding of the challenges and opportunities that there are or that are faced with the students, fraternity and community at UICT. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an 8-point action plan that is yoked in an agenda or manifestation that says humble backgrounds shall prevail. And it is also tracing its background from an adage that says free quality education for the African child. Our agenda is to educate an African child. We've seen it happen in so many African states. There are not so many, but the few that we've seen have this agenda a success. Free quality education for all. That regardless of the background where you come from, you can access free quality education. You can access education regardless of your poor, regardless of your from a well-off family. Education should not be for a section of students or a section of people that have made it in life or that are equally somewhere in life. You get. So my action plan is rooted into that. It is an 8-point plan.
Yes. Well, when you talk about free education, free education for all, are you going to remove the tuition that the students are paying?
I'm not trying to say that I am going to completely do away with the fees or the tuition structure that we are paying in these institutions of higher learning. But if you chronologically follow history back in the day, things were catered for by the government. Back in the day, for one to be at Makerere University, it was merit. We have so many bright students out here that don't have access to education. You get. Back in the day, you used to go to university, you used to go to Makerere University, and from the very halls of residence where you're dwelling, they are eating, and so on and so forth was catered for by government. I am starting with something called advocacy. Advocacy. We want our voices to be heard. We want government to come out and say, what is that section of the education that we can completely cater for? You realize our government is saying that it is investing a lot in education, but I'm not seeing these investments. I'm not seeing these investments at all. But rather they are suffocating and they're crippling our education system. You realize they've eradicated or they've totally done away with some subjects, some schools. You get. We used to have political education. Where is it now? We used to teach students about what is transparent, about the political history of their countries. Is it anymore? Do they have their intentions? Do they have concealed intentions that they are trying to hide? Or I don't understand. You get? That is what I'm trying to say. Advocacy. We can sit down and harmonize on an agenda, or harmonize on fares that are to be charged, fares that are pro-student, fares that are easily, afforded by anyone, regardless of their background.
But now, we've had instances whereby tuition policies are always drafted at National Council by bodies from the Ministry, National Council for Education, and as well as School Council. As a student, do you think you can achieve a tuition policy that favors, or like you're saying, like free education for all? Do you think you can easily achieve this? Because it's a very big process that may require you years and years.
So, thank you.
And yet you have almost a year, and not even sometimes a year. It could be 8 months, 9 months around the year.
So this all goes back.
As well, how are you planning to achieve this? Because sometimes we've seen you advocacy fail. What are you going to do with advocacy?
This all goes back to streamlined structures. When you are a guild president, you are given legal mandate to represent the students of the governing council. Governing council, where you find major stakeholders in an institution.
And these are the people that are eating that money.
Yes.
So how sure are you that when you tell them that we need this money to go down, or we need to remove some of this money, because that is their salary?
I'm going to get there. I was still breaking down for you the hierarchy. When you are a guild president, or you are a guild president elect, you are given a mandate to sit on the governing council, and you have a hearsay. You can speak and they listen to you. And policies are passed through a majority vote, as far as I know. You get, there is always a majority vote. In this context, there are policy makers, there are policy formulators, and there are policy implementers. You get. So somebody makes the policy. After making the policy, they sit down and they contemplate on the policy. After contemplating on the policy, they harmonize, they bring it to the table, and they agree on it. How do they agree on it? A majority vote. Do you have people backing you on the governing council to say, no, we want quality education for all. Quality education that is affordable for each and everyone, regardless of their backgrounds. Some of us don't come from well-off families, but we have made it here. We are grateful we've made it here. But how about those that are down there that have not yet made it? Will they even be able to access education? We are seeing prices are ever escalating. And yes, they've not gone down. And these prices being on the rise, the question also comes back to accountability. Where is the accountability? The accountability question is what people don't ask. They don't ask the question. The question they ask is how much are the fee structures? Where is the accountability? Okay, you are charging us this so high fees for education. But where is the accountability question? Where? How have these finances been put to use? Where are the structures? If you're asking me for 2 million for a diploma or for a bachelor's, where is the accountability? Where is accountability in relation to service provided? So I was also still breaking it down for you that you said something to do with don't you think people have done advocacy? They've done advocacy and we commend them on that. But maybe they've not done it enough. And that is why I am here to represent the students at the Uganda Institute of Information and Communications Technology.
Yes. In one of your points, you're saying that policies are passed by majority. Do you think that the majority on the governing council are by your side?
I have not gone there,
Because I want to give you a look of this. These people, the money that the students pay is the money that pays them. Because these guys are getting a lot of money by them. So how sure are you that when you go there, these people are going to, they're going to accept your proposal of advocating for a fair fee? Because that means that now government has to chip in so that they cater for all their salaries, or they have to keep to those fares, those tuition fares that can support them, not from the government. By the mere fact that these people have to cut the fares, then they will have to call the government to come in so that they can pay part of their salary, and then the school also pays part of the salary.
So your question is to do with influence. Will I be able to influence these people if I'm given? Yes. So someone said sometime, when the hobo hobnobs with the hobo, when the hobo hobnobs with the hobo hobbling gobs. So what am I trying to say? If I hobnob, if I interact with these people on a lengthy basis, and they get to realize that we are like minds. We are like minds. There is so much that comes with interacting with somebody, and they get to realize that you have a mental capacity that correlates with theirs. They will give you much attention as much as they give to their peers or to their fellows that they hold degrees, the bachelor, doctorates with, and, masters with. You get? I best believe with my reasoning capacity, I can sit down, I can listen, I can agitate peacefully but firm. You get? So it is all about meaningful conversations. Interact with them. Interest them to your idea. They are humans like us. Interest them to your idea. Break it down for them. Invest in it. You get them invested in your idea, and trust me, they will buy your idea. If they buy your idea, you'll have the majority votes.
Yes,
defend your idea. Defend your agenda. Tell them, this is so and so. If we do this and this and this, I best believe we can do this and this. You get? So basically, I think that is it.
Yes,
building influence.
Yes,
Can you
conclude on that point?
building influence? You build influence. When you build influence, when you bring an idea on table, trust me, they will buy your idea. If it makes sense, they will. You get?
Yeah.
So basically, that is it.
Yes, and Mr. Temia, institution, the only challenge that is facing students at UICT. Is it the only challenge?
No, it is not the only challenge. There are quite a number of challenges, and I'm going to break five of them right now, because they are in my agenda. I call it the 8-point action plan. So one of the things that equally disturb students and so me is the untimely government allowances. Somebody on government has to wait 3 months into a semester to get their living out allowances, government allowances. Somebody goes ahead to take loans. These people are dying of hunger. You've seen it happen at Makerere. Kids died in hostel. Peptic ulcers killed them. Why? Because allowances are delayed. And if I'm given mandate, this is a question of advocacy, holding people in these offices accountable. Why are these allowances taking so long? Why? Why are they taking so long? As I'm speaking, I've not got my allowances. And it is tight on my side. You get? So these things that we look at and, don't give attention to are oppressing students. And that is why I am out here. I am out here to give it attention, to bring it to light of the students, to serve them with caution that I know what they go through. I feel their pain. I live with them and I love them. What I'm saying is not that I think, but that I got from them. You get? So the other question in my action plan is the practicality or the practical-based reality of these courses that we are doing. This is the leading ICT center, like they call it. Not they call it, it is. The leading ICT center, people are doing engineering courses, telecommunication engineering courses, and engineering courses, basically software engineering. And somebody to access a computer is a whole. It's a hassle. Where is the practical based reality of these courses? People go to the fields and they ask them, what skills do you possess? And trust me, they have nothing to say. They ask you, do you know any skill? Can you operate a computer in this manner, like this and this? Do you know SSP? Do you know SSL? And nothing. They know nothing. Do you know how to break a circuit? I'm not an engineer, but I'm trying to say, what I'm saying is what these people go through. Somebody reached me out and told me, Mr. President, we are going through this. We've never done a practical, but we are doing engineering courses. Our labs, you saw headlines, I think 3 months back. You saw headlines. UICT was making headlines. They are having obsolete technical, apparatus. They're having out-of-date machines that they are using.
Who's to blame in this matter?
We are to blame the management.
Because this is the home of the National Innovation Hub.
Yes, it is the home of the National Innovation Hub, and on top of that, they call it the leading ICT center. The leading ICT center. If they are to bring out any policy, or if they are to try out any machine before they put it out to the national scale, they have to try it in the National Innovation Hub. They have to try it at UICT, the leading ICT center, before they put it out to the general public. They try it there, they test it there. But to my disappointment, we have machines that are very old, very, very, very old, very old. I'm being honest, I've visited these labs before, because that is my home. That is where I studied from. So these things frustrate students. Where is the accountability question? This thing entails around accountability. Accountability. I pay 1.2 for this engineering course, but the machines I am using as practical, a student last time told me they have to buy apparatus for their projects. They have to buy apparatus for their remedials tests. Somebody goes ahead to buy a bulb, goes ahead to buy sockets, goes ahead to buy cables.
Do they pay tuition?
They pay tuition. Thank you. They pay tuition. They pay tuition. And where is the accountability of this tuition is what I'm trying to bring to light. We have obsolete labs. Labs that don't have machines. A friend of mine on national certificate told me, because he was doing engineering, he was telling me, we are doing practical for the first time and tomorrow we are having a paper. I'm not lying. I'm not making up these things. These things I am saying are from the students' fraternity. They have been telling me that yes. So they've been telling me this. This is what they go through. This is what they go through. And then the other thing I am critically looking at as a project, the GIL project, is the home of the National Innovation Hub face. The gate of the National Innovation Hub is in jeopardy. The leading ICT center, if you reach the face, the gate of the National Innovation Hub, you might wonder, is this a national asset like they call it? You might think you're just entering somebody's, it is not good. It is not appealing at all. It is not appealing at all. I am looking at branding UICT as it should be. This is the national home of the National Innovation Hub, the leading ICT center. We must have structures that are to standard. That is what I'm trying to bring to light. You get? We must build a gate that is to standard. We must brand, we must advertise our institution like it is something very, 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 very important, or something of national importance. You get? And the other point that I'm critically looking at is academic excellency. Academic excellency, because at the end of the day, if you don't excel when you go to these institutions, it makes no sense. You will not tell somebody that I've been studying here and you don't show anything. How am I looking at us doing this? We must have, workshops, academic workshops. We can have these things. Academic workshops. How do I bring? We bring experts in the game. Experts. Let's say the management department says we are going to have a workshop where we are going to be going through relevant scopes in the syllabus. You get? We are going to be taking through students. We are going to be breaking down and dissecting this particular, schools. So they break down for the students. They take them through. And the other thing I'm looking at critically, this is mostly by finalists. Finalists go through a whole of not having their recess exams. We are looking at reinstating recess exams.
Is it a policy that is already in the institution?
It has been there, but as time has been unfolding, it has been suffocated. It is a mandate for the students to have these recess exams. You get? Somebody has a retake because coursework marks are missing, and it is not his problem, but maybe it is the lecturer's problem, but the lecturer is not addressing it.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be somebody that is attacking management, no, but I am painting a picture of harmonization. I'm painting a picture of being able to compromise but not breaking. Bending but not breaking. You get? Have you seen those branches on a tree that, bend in all directions but don't break?
Yes. I need to inquire from you as well. Your exams are set by you.
Yes. Some of diploma are set by the institution. And then those at national level, national certificate level, are set by UBTEP. Yes.
Let's talk about the UBTEP exams. Why would UBTEP release results without other courseworks? Like someone is missing a coursework and then we have final results from UBTEP. In such a manner, why would it happen?
That is a question of discrepancies in the systems. Don't you think systems have glitches? Don't you think dissemination of information is lagging somehow? There are loopholes in the system or in the flow of these results and flow of information from respective offices or respective faculties and so on and so forth. Don't you think the question is there? Don't you think that is where we should pin our emphasis? Don't you think that is where those are the questions we should be addressing? Because I've told you, my leadership is entirely pro-student. I want to serve every student. Every student. I want to reach every student. I want to know what afflicts them. I want to serve best there.
Yes, well, as well. Let's talk about the government students. As you conclude, government students, this is a problem in almost all institutions. Is it the management that is to blame? Is it the government? Where really is the problem? As you conclude.
Where to blame? Okay, this thing of vying for leadership should not be like a blame game. I'm not looking. What I'm saying is, I'm not trying to blame anybody, but we are going to hold somebody accountable. Okay, in the context, it is called blaming, but in actual sense, it is called holding somebody accountable. If we hold this interview the way we are on national air right now as we are, and the footage is lost, we are going to hold you accountable. But you'll have it at the back of your mind that we are what? Blaming you. Yet we are holding you accountable. The director will come and tell you, where is the footage? I mean, sorry, you will hold the director accountable. That where is the footage? If the director doesn't have the footage, we shall hold him accountable. We are not blaming him. We are not blaming him. I am going to scrutinize management. Management will tell me who is to blame. As of me, I'm pro-student. I'm serving the students because they trusted me with their mandate to serve them. I am going to hold management accountable. I'm going to ask management, where are the government's allowances for the students delayed? And where are they? They will have to tell me, they will have to give me answers. There's a statement, or there's an old adage that says, if you don't embarrass, they will embarrass you.
Yes.
I'm not looking at being embarrassed. I will have to what? Embarrass.
Yes, Mr. President, your closing remarks. We are out of time.
My closing remarks is I am advocating for a win-win solution. I am looking at advocacy. I'm looking at a leadership that is inclusive. I am looking at a leadership that builds bridges. I am looking at a leadership. I am looking at giving a leadership that is student-centric. I am looking at advocating for a win-win solution. Defining your standards. When you define your standards, your values and aspirations fall in line. They actually show you who you are. They actually show you your strength. They actually show you your potential. This all starts by defining your standards and be willing not to compromise or even adapt to low standards. So I am promising the students of the Uganda Institute of Information and Communications Technology on national air today that I am going to serve and I am going to give nothing but exceptional. We are leaders of tomorrow. My leadership is not only looking at institutional level, but I am looking at serving the nation, such that when I leave the institution today and I go back to my home in Mukono, people in Mukono will be proud of me and they will embrace me when I tell them that I have an agenda to serve you at national level.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. President. Yes, has been Henry Martin for you from Uganda Institute of Information, Communications and Technology. My name is Mgabe Godwin, aka is on media, always available to bring you what is happening around universities in the world of politics. And as well, for those that have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, our TikTok, not following us and not following us on X, please, you're doing yourself a disservice because this is something that you need to interest yourself in. Yes, I thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is campus politics. Thank you so much.